Hello everyone, well we're back after the first trip away in the new Caravan, which incidentally we've decided to call her Patsy. Mark liked Purdy, I didn't like Purdy, but it's Patsy because the Caravan is a pastiche, so she's called Patsy, possibly after Patsy from Ab Fab, I don't know. But that's what she's called. It's better than Purdy anyway. So, I'm here. I've been dumped here all on my own. So I've locked the door in the Caravan storage. Mark's gone off to the gym, and in about an hour and a half or so, he'll be collecting me. So in the hour and a half, apart from having a chat with you, I've got to strip the beds, strip the covers off the sofa, to go, you know, in the car for washing, and just generally vacuum up and sort things out. Because what we did, instead of trying to do it after we came back from Grange Over Sands and got the Caravan in the storage unit, instead of faffing about, all I did was take any remaining food that we had in the fridge, put it in a cool bag, and just took that out the Caravan. Everything else was left. So the beds are still made up, everything is an absolute mess. I'll show you in a minute. So basically, as I said, I'm taking all the bedding off, washing that, and then when it's all washed, we'll be coming back, and then I'll be making up the beds for our next trip in June. So yeah, I'll just give you a little bit of a tour as it is now. It's a bit of a mess, so don't expect a lovely show home Caravan. Oh, it's quite warm in here at the moment. I don't want to open up any windows just yet, not while I'm filming anyway. So underneath this sofa are all the crockery and kitchen stuff. That's all going to come out and get taken home and run through the dishwasher, and this cover needs to come off. Well, it's quite grey, isn't it? Looks different. I suppose the cover, this is from the old Caravan. It tones in okay. Well, it does in real life. I'm not sure if it tones in on camera, but it does tone in with this suede effect or whatever it is. So these are coming off, obviously. Mark was getting all fussy about, he didn't want dog smells on the back rests. So I've got another 2 fleeces coming, slightly lighter in natural colour, a bit lighter than that, but it'll tone in. So we can cover these, because Molly tends to put her feet up on them to look out of the window and things. So trying to do this while filming is difficult. Just have to see what I've got. Oh, hang on. Oh, there we go. Ooh. Let's just move that out the way. Right, yeah, so it's all as it was. So that's for washing. Now Daisy was sick on one of these. This was on the sofa, and she was sick on this, but also sick on the carpet. Well, on the runner here. I had packed the rechargeable spill picker upper thing, so that dealt with that. I'll take that out. So in here, well, what we've done, we've got a lot of spare cushions, and we use them to sort of pad out the area so nothing can move. But we put them in carrier bags. We had loads of carrier bags. So to keep the cushions clean, in case it was a bit dusty under here, because I've not cleaned it myself yet, we just put them everywhere. There's a small cushion there at the back. There's actually a picnic blanket there. It's just so nothing moves about and bangs into stuff. Oh, this is where they are. We were looking for these yesterday when we went to the supermarket. So that's where they are. So in here is all my kitchenware, dinner sets, and everything that's breakable, like the wine glasses and mugs, get wrapped up in the tea towels. Now that's fine going because all the tea towels are nice and clean, but coming back most of them are dirty, so all these are wrapped up in dirty tea towels. But obviously this is all coming, the tea towels are coming out to be washed, as is all the glassware, the mugs, the dinner set. I've just ordered from Amazon, and I'll show you it at some point, but there's this whole set you can buy, and if it's still available I'll put a link below. But it will store all the dinner set it'll store the mugs, the glasses, and there's probably going to be one spare left over. So instead of wrapping everything up like this, they're going to go in dedicated storage doubles, so we won't have to be doing that. So they'll just fit in, and they're all protected. That's the theory. This one just contains the toaster and kettle, frying pans, and just at the back there where there was nothing, that's again where I've put a couple of the bigger cushions in carrier bags, and that just, you know, stops things from sliding about. It just fills the void, because you don't want things sliding around in transit. So there's that to do. All that's got to come out and be washed. So what else have we got to do? It's not much room here at the moment, because of course we've got the waste water container and the clean water, because we weren't on fully serviced. It just had mains hookup where we were near Grange Over Sands, but we've both agreed, if we can, and I would advise to you, go on a fully serviced pitch, and then you're not having to empty your wastewater and keep refilling your clean water. You'll still have to empty your toilet cassette if you use the toilet on board, but this is just something else you have to do. We're going to Whitby next. We've been to the site in Whitby before, and that is only electric hookup, but Mark wanted to go there again, so we still have to take this. When you're on fully serviced, you don't need to take the waste hog doubly. Sorry about the noise in the background, there's some work going on. So that's just something else we don't have to take, but we still have to take the clean, even when we're hooked up, even when it's mains water fed, because we still need that, but it gets topped up, obviously, because the hose goes into the side of it. Instead of you having to take it away and fill it up, it gets filled up automatically. There's a little ball cock in there, like you get in a water tank, so obviously it closes up. You use water in the Caravan, it takes the water from the tank, but it's replaced automatically when it's hooked up, you know, to the water on site, so that's good. We don't store anything now underneath this sofa, because it's mainly full of, you know, all the gubbins, the water heater, the electric stuff, all that palaver, so we don't put anything under there. So there's nothing under there. All I have to do is strip, obviously, that cushion, not the fleecy cover. So there's that. Right, on to the middle of the Caravan. Let me just move my tripod. We're going to be on the sort of lighter weight bedding, because the bedding we've been using is brushed cotton for the chillier nights, but we're going back in June, so we might still be using the autumn weight duvets, but we're going to be using the lighter. Again, these are from the old Caravan, but they'll tone in okay. Oh, and that's the fleece that Daisy was sick on, so we had to put it in a carrier bag and put it under the Caravan until it was washed when we got home. And here we've got the summer weight quilts, which we'll be storing in the Caravan. They're 4.5 tog, I think. Not a lot more I can show you here. Oh yes, I think we emptied it. Managed to get on Amazon, hope it's going to fit. It's about this size, a cutlery drawer. They only had it in a brown colour. I wanted a silver or something, but they didn't have it. But it doesn't really matter about the colour. So with any luck, I think it's 4 compartment, so we can put our cutlery in there. This will stay as it is for the longer items. So that was something I bought. I also bought, which I think I bought with me, hang on, let me check. Oh yes, we got both TVs working. The reception wasn't ideal, but the TV we watched in the living room, the picture broke up a fair bit, but it didn't in the TV in the bedroom, and I think it was down to the lead. So I bought a new, well, I won't be needing that part, but I've got it's got a right angle for one side, either for the TV or the aerial. It's just 1 meter, that's all I need, just for the TV here. I also bought a sound bar for it. We weren't that impressed with the sound quality, but after a while it was okay, and Mark said don't bother buying the sound bar, and I said well, I've already ordered it, because I ordered it when we were on holiday. But it's a soundbar that goes with the TV. It's the same make. It has an optical cable, but it will just sit nicely on this shelf under the TV. So I thought I'd get it. I've just bought some cleaning stuff with me. Oh, I bought this as well. This was from Lakeland. It's a boot tray. Now under my bed there is access to get under there from outside where we put our dirty shoes. Now when we have the awning, the dirty shoes go in there, but because we didn't have the awning, we had nowhere really to put the dirty shoes, so they went under my bed on a piece of newspaper. So I said, well, we should get some sort of boot tray. So I got this. It's got a nice lip, so if the boots or walking shoes are a bit wet, any moisture will be well contained. And underneath it I'm going to put some of the non-slip stuff just so it sits. So that's going to sit under my bed, just in front of the access hatch. So that's where we can put our walking boots. So that's good. What else is there? I've bought my Henry cordless with 2 batteries so I can give it a good vacuuming. This is something we've never used before with the old Caravan. This is a towing cover. I think this, I can't remember the brand, but they make them specially to fit your Caravan. You go on the website, put in your make, model, year of your Caravan, and it fits. But it was £400, so £200 each. So that was fitted before we set off and taken off when you're on site and then fitted again. So yeah, we've never needed to use one before, but because we've got a much more expensive Caravan and people have horror stories about the front windows getting chipped or cracked because a stone's hit them, we thought we'd get one. You know, some people like to have them, other people say they're not worth it, but we got one. We decided to get one. So yeah, the beds, as I say, all made up. Somebody was asking in a forum, what do you do with a TV when you're traveling? But you know, as I said, I think in the earlier video, both my TVs get tucked up in bed. There's one there and the other one, the new one, and they didn't move, so they were fine here. And because it's a soft headboard up against them and they were well tucked under with quite a heavy pillow on, they were fine. They survived okay. Obviously everything's been emptied out of the top lockers, although in one of these, oh yeah, there's a bit in there, but it's mainly in this one. I've got all these. I started doing it. These anti-slip doobries are from the old Caravan. I just took them all out, but they don't fit the new Caravan perfectly. So we've got some scissors, so hopefully I'm going to give the cupboards a wipe out and cut the rest of these to fit so they go on the bottom. Oh look, oh crikey. It's a good job I saw that. They're the keys. Blimey, I put those in my, they're the keys to my lockup. I would have been looking all over for those. Oh yeah, I fitted that in there, one of these shelves. So yeah, there's all this to cut. I better get on with it actually. And all of that needs vacuuming. Ooh. Before we left, and I suggest you do this, especially if your Caravan is in storage and you don't have access to water or electric, I always tend to give the Caravan a bit of a clean before we actually leave. The last hour or two on site, Mark's doing things outside, I'm sorting stuff inside, and I tend to, while we've got water, hot water and electricity, I tend to clean everywhere. So all this is being cleaned, as you can see. So I mean, it might need a bit of a wipe when we arrive on site next time, and if this was at the end of the season and you were leaving it in storage for a few months, it's going to need a bit of a clean. But I don't like to leave it dirty, so it's being cleaned, as has the shower. I wonder if I got any, if I, no, it's not the mate. I think we would get lighting actually. Hang on, we do have a solar panel now, so it keeps the battery topped up, but I have a feeling, oh I don't know, yeah, something's happened. I think the lights will work off the 12 volt because the batteries, the battery does power the lights. Oh yes, Anyway, the shower has been really cleaned well. I did all, you know, all the sides and everything in the bottom. At the moment it's got dirty towels in which are coming out. A tip that we were given is to not travel with the shower head actually on the shower, because they can dislodge during transit and move about and cause damage. So we just take it off, and I just wrapped it all up in these towels, so all this has got to come out. Oh, a bit of water still on there. So you know, it survives the journey. Now this is the new head that we bought when we went to, where was it? Oh, the Lake District, just outside Keswick. Because if you watch that video, I explained it was leaking, the old one. So Mark tried the shower first with the shower head supplied. It was a eco do. Oh, there's some hairs on that. Hang on. It was the same make as this one, but he decided, we took this with us, and he decided this was better. So it wasn't wasted. So we've got the new shower head fitted, which I can pop back up now. Yep, there it is. So yes, even we got 2 showers out of it before we had to change the water. Again, that's a faff when you're not on fully serviced. You're just worried, is the water going to run out? But this shower, oh, so much more room. I can get inside it now. I've no shoes on. It's very strong magnet, but there's plenty of arm room. Oh, you can't see much, but anyway, there's plenty of arm room in here. Shelf each for our toiletries, and a nice bright LED light, and it's a nice wide doobry. There we can see the little washroom. So much nicer having a doobry thing. What is it called? A frosted window, that's it. Well, I can't get out. There we go. So you can see this illuminates. Now in here, well, I did manage to put a little offcut there, but when I was just checking everything had been removed, just tucked in here was a brand new pack of Gillette razor blades. So I said to Mark, are these yours? And I thought, well, no, he's electric shave now. So that was tucked in there from the previous owner, I suspect. And this is from the previous owner. I should really take the batteries out, because remove it. I'm going to get this off. I don't know how they stuck it though. That's the trouble. I think what they've done here is to stop the other person being disturbed. They, you know, if they have to come into the washroom of a night, hang on, trying to do this with one hand, instead of making a noise, because it does make a noise when you click that, and it's quite a bright light, they come in here and touch that when it's got batteries working. But I've got at home, I have a little strip light in my ensuite that just comes on as I approach it. So I was thinking of getting one for under this cupboard here, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so that's the washroom. So all I've got to do in here is remove that for washing and give it a vacuum, because as I said, it was cleaned before we left the site. What a mess, what a mess. That's hopefully is going to live under the sofa when I've sorted everything. I think that's about it. Obviously we left the fridge slightly ajar. What problems did we have? Not many. There is, oh, it's coming away now, look. This strip is fixed with white tack, not blue tack, white tack. So I don't know whether no nails is better. The stuff you get in the gun, you have to use a gun for, because it's going to fall down. You know, that was one problem we had. But I think that was the main thing. Also, the pump is noisy, but we've been online and discovered that's basically, it is noisy. We're used to having an external pump, but this one, the pump's internal, so it is noisier. You don't hear it when you're having a shower, because obviously you're far away from it. The person not having the shower hears it, but it's not bad. but we did find out it's fairly normal for it to make a bit more of a noise. But yeah, all in all, very, very pleased with it. That, you know, the main advantage of this for us was having the twin beds. Absolutely brilliant, just to be able to get into bed without having to make the bed up and keep the lounge area as the lounge. We had some rain mainly at night on our last trip, and it was really noisy. Woke me up actually. Mark had to, well, when I woke up after being woke up and went back to sleep, Mark had actually moved and he was sleeping over here because he said it was quieter. I was worried it was me, because I remember going back to sleep and having some very wacky, vivid dreams, and I thought, oh, perhaps I was kicking off, you know, my sleep. But it wasn't me. It was the rain on the roof. So I think I emptied that out. Oh yeah, we just use this drawer for the bigger utensils and the collapsible colanders and things. Yeah, the microwave seems a bit noisy, but it might be because of the way it's in the doodah. But you know, we use the microwave. I don't think we didn't use the oven, but we certainly used the top of the oven. That was fine. And I've just got to find somewhere for those doubles to go. But yeah, all in all, very pleased, very, very pleased. Well worth getting this caravan. And as I said, it's mainly because of the separate bedroom, the twin beds. Ideal setup for us. Well, there you go folks, that's the end of this little update video, a little bit of a debrief after our first trip away, which was pretty successful. Grange Over Sands is an odd place. It's sort of by the seaside, but it's not really seaside. It's not the sort of place you can go with buckets and spades, because it's more sort of marshy and there's quicksand and mud, and it's a strange place, but a very clean, peaceful place. I couldn't get over how quiet it was, and we were over there on Bank Holiday Monday and it was so quiet. We had a lovely walk as well to Cartmel, which I managed to video, but my SD card ran out of space just as we arrived, so I couldn't actually video any of Cartmel itself. I don't know why I ran out of space, and I didn't have my separate spare SD card, so I did a bit of filming. I don't know how much you'll get to see, but hopefully by the time we go to Whitby I'll have sorted all that stuff out. And you know, it was good. We had a short break purely so we could, you know, see if there was any snags with the new caravan. And you know, as I said, there was a few. We had a bit of a learning curve with the new heating and water system and bits and bobs, but on the whole, you know, considering we're fairly new at caravanning, I think after 2 and a bit years, or however long it is since we first got Caravan, you know, you do learn a lot from other people on site, from actually experiencing problems yourself. And obviously there's loads of online forums, online videos you can watch. But yeah, the thing I would say to you, and the dealer did agree, I think it was the same. I couldn't film the handover because I was at my mum's, so Mark had the handover. He said it was the same bloke that did it last time, but you know, he remembered Mark and the first caravan we got, and he said we'd probably done the right thing. We got a cheapish small caravan to start with, just to see if we'd like caravanning, and obviously we did, and we upgraded. So personally, it's up to you, it's your money, but if you're starting out caravanning for the very first time, you might have just experienced caravanning for when you were a kid. You know, your parents might have had a caravan and you like the idea, but personally I would go for a second-hand caravan, a smaller caravan, and see how you get on. Because if it turns out caravanning isn't for you, you haven't forked out on a brand new, you know, all singing, all dancing caravan that's going to lose quite a lot of its value. So if you can borrow a caravan, do that, but failing that, my advice, second hand. This is still second hand. I don't think we'd ever buy a brand new caravan. you know, this is in very, very good condition. So we're really happy. Right, that's it. There's a right noise going on outside. I better turn off the master switch just in case. I don't want to be draining the battery. We need to clean the outside of the caravan. I've bought some things for that. I'll show you that in a separate video. I'll see if that works, because there's no facilities here to clean. You've got to bring your own water and stuff. Sounds like World War III out there. So I bought, I don't know what it's going to be like, I bought a rechargeable pressure washer. You're not supposed to use full jet pressure washers on a caravan, but of course you can adjust it so it's more like, you know, a hose. So I'll see what that's like. We'll bring our own water, and I had to buy some new step ladders because the old ones I had to get rid of, but they're quite tall, so they're going to be more than tall enough to clean the top of the caravan. So they'll have to come, and I'll do another video I think of that, cleaning that out. I'll make a separate video vacuuming the caravan with my Henry cordless. I'll be putting that up on my main YouTube channel, iBazy Ick. Right, I think that's it. If you've got any comments or questions, if you're a newbie caravaner, I'll try and answer them. But like I said, there's so much help and advice online for newbies. We obviously took advantage of YouTube and other online resources when we first looked into caravanning, and it is very daunting at first. You think there's so much to do, so much to remember. I'm okay. Mark's is the one that has to tow the caravan. Some geese going over. Mark's the one that had to tow the caravan, so he had the worst job learning all that, but he did go on a course, and that's something I would recommend as well, because you not only get taught on how to tow the caravan, how to park it and all that, you also get other hints and tips, well Mark did anyway, on caravanning in general. But if you've any inkling that you might like caravanning, I think you will. As I said, I've always liked the idea of it, and it hasn't disappointed me, I can tell you. It's so nice to just come back from a nice long walk, and we had some nice walks. We didn't get superb weather, but we had some decent walks, and just to come back to your own little home, it's absolutely fantastic. And especially now, the new caravan, it's even better. It was great because it is like two separate rooms. There was one afternoon, I think Mark was having a bit of a nap, and I was sort of sitting on the sofa here looking at my iPad, and it was, even though we didn't close the blind partition, it was still like we were separate. And there was another, when it was raining, I was sat watching the TV on my bed, and Mark was in here listening to the radio, and they were a low enough level, it didn't, you know, we could still focus on what we were doing. So yeah, even there's only two of us, it's a 4-berth caravan, but just having that extra bit of space, well worth it for us. Right, it's getting hot in here, so I'm going to say goodbye, open some windows up, get some air in, and start actually doing some work. Before I know it, Mark will be back to collect me, and I'll have done nothing. So I need to have all the dirty washing ready to go back and have the place wiped down and vacuumed. So until the next video, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.